Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live at 6.
Me and along with a lot of other people in this community are tired of it. Because it doesn't look like a community to me. It looks like a parking lot.
People who live north of the downtown Sanford Hospital say that they've been fighting for street parking for years, and it's getting old. Good evening, everyone. Thanks for joining us tonight. Stephanie is off. One of the neighbors says he can sit on his porch in the morning and watch the foot traffic head to the hospital down the sidewalk. Valley News Team's Bradford Eric talks with one fed-up father who says it's becoming a safety issue.
Jeff Oden says he's watched for 14 years as hospital employees park in front of his house.
Like in the mornings, people will be fighting for parking spots. It's like a parking lot, but on the street.
He says as a property owner and a father, it's frustrating and dangerous.
So you can sit up here at 8 o'clock in the morning and it's a nonstop flow of people walking by on the sidewalk here. And at 5 o'clock, they're going that way.
Oden says he speaks for many people in the neighborhood around the Sanford Hospital. I took the concerns straight down the block to Sanford.
They can request the city to put no parking this side of the street, but you know, we always caution them if you're going to do that because you're affecting your use too.
Vangarud says they have no control over street parking. It's a city issue. He says Sanford offers plenty of options for employees. Workers can ride the MAT bus for free, as well as use the on-site parking ramp and a shuttle service to and from a lot several blocks away.
But we're offering these other options to hope enticing the employees to try one of them.
I went to the lot where the shuttle service operates, and it was maybe half full. Sanford says they are aware of the problem, but they say it's up to the individual employee to decide where to park. The hospital also says they've met with neighbors, but those same residents say not enough is being done. Bradford Eric, Valley News Live.
The hospital also says they don't charge anyone for parking at the North Fargo location, patients, visitors, or employees. They do expect things to get better when the new facility in West Fargo is completed. This story was called to our attention by a whistleblower. If you need help uncovering an issue in your community, call our whistleblower hotline 701-237-6576. Do so and leave your tip. If you were near South Fargo today, you probably saw police officers, a helicopter, and even heard gunshots near Davies High School. Well, don't worry. It was part of an exercise to deal with an active shooter. Police, fire, and emergency responders practice new tactics being taught all across the country. Valley News Team's Ashley Bishop joins us live where the simulation just wrapped up a little while ago. Ashley?
Today's active shooter simulation involved three student shooters, along with many wounded and some dead. The drill was very lifelike. Officers arrived to the school with guns drawn, storming the school. And students were seen running out. About 100 people were involved in the drill. Adult volunteers played the role of students and shooters. Fargo police said this is one of the biggest shooter drills they have had. They are planning to use new tactics learned from other police that have been through mass shootings. Fargo Public Schools say they don't really have metal detectors in the schools and don't foresee having any in the future. Superintendent Jeff Schott says the district is safe, but understands why these drills are important to have.
I don't think you can ever have 100% assurance that something like that might happen. So we do everything we can to be prepared.
Mayor Tim Mahoney was also here today, and he said the reason that they picked Davies High School to have the drill was it's a school that is newer and unknown to many officers, so it could be more lifelike in the area for officers to come in. The layout of the school was not known to them, so they could come in and see what they, try to actually see what they would have faced if they had to go to another district. In Fargo, Ashley Bishop, Valley News Live.
Although many officers did participate, Fargo police say they did have normal amount of officers covering shifts in the community today. And coming up tonight on Valley News Live 10 at 10, we're going to hear how police handled the scenario and what community members nearby thought of today's drill. A follow-up to last night's downpour and the hassles for some drivers. Jeff Gimbel of Fargo told me today that his car, the one that's being pushed there, started after stalling last night along 15th Street South, just east of Hornbachers along 32nd Avenue South. He had driven into the flooded street, and of course the car quit. Jeff said that the horn still sounds strange. Let's head over to Robert Hahn with a look at tonight's forecast. And Robert, some rumblings out there.
Yeah, a lot of rumblings out there. Severe thunderstorm warnings continue to come on out. We've got one in effect for southwestern Cass County, Ransom County, southeastern Barnes County, northwestern Richland County. This goes until 7 o'clock for that bigger warning you see there. That's for some half-dollar size hail. Those storms moving off towards the east and northeast around 40 miles per hour. The other warning, that in effect up off towards the north. This for parts of southwestern Trail County, northern Cass County. This goes through 6:45 o'clock tonight. That's for a storm moving east at 15 miles per hour, half-dollar size hail. Also possible with that storm. We've got quite a few storms that continue to fire as we head through the evening hours. We're going to continue to see these storms strong, sometimes severe. At this point, the warnings do not include the Fargo-Moorhead area, but they're knocking on our doorstep. We're going to continue to monitor these storms. And again, we're going to reiterate these warnings once again for southwestern Cass County, Ransom County, southeastern Barnes, northwestern Richland County till 7. Northern Cass and southwestern Trail until 6:45. All of those storms capable of producing some half-dollar size hail.
Keep us posted.
Yep.
I know you'll have more coming up.
Yep.
There's a death to report tonight from WeFest, the Becker County Sheriff's Office, confirming it's a 49-year-old Fargo man who was found dead there. A family member found the body inside a camper around 11:30 this morning. At this time, the Sheriff's Office does not suspect foul play. The body was sent for an autopsy. The Minnesota State Patrol is investigating a rollover early this morning on Interstate 94 just west of Fergus Falls. 3 people were involved in the crash. They're John and James Tuppy of New Market, Minnesota, and Justin Tuppy of Elko, Minnesota. All 3 men were not seriously hurt. It's Friday, so that means it's time to take a look at this week's Valley's Most Wanted. Police say 26-year-old Aaron Belanger is wanted for a probation violation and possession of a controlled substance in a correctional facility. Call our law enforcement, your law enforcement, if you have any information on his whereabouts. The Keystone Pipeline could be a new source for jobs and energy, but others say it could be dangerous for our environment. The pipeline has largely supported by congressional Republicans. That happened earlier this year. Valley News Team's Alex Miller talked to North Dakota U.S. Senator Heidi Heitkamp.
The Keystone XL pipeline has been the cause of heated debate for much of this year. The Senate failed to pass an override of President Obama's veto back in March, but it looks like a decision from the State Department could be coming soon. Senator Heidi Heitkamp, one of the leading Democrats to support the pipeline, says she's been holding out hope that the facts will prevail. Heitkamp says the pipeline will provide for a more robust and current infrastructure for energy. But there's a definite possibility the State Department will reject the pipeline.
If in fact that's the State Department's decision, it's incredibly regrettable because it's the wrong decision. There is nothing in the facts in this record that would warrant a decision that this in any way has any kind of carbon impact. But yet here we are because we'd rather argue about kind of the image as opposed to actually discuss the facts.
Do you worry that's going to be their decision?
Yeah, I do.
Reporting in Washington, Alex Miller, Valley News Live.
Senator Heitkamp added that if the Keystone Pipeline is a no-go, the U.S. could be facing a lawsuit from TransCanada for the loss of profitability and stranded investment. History buffs likely know Saipan as the place of a pivotal battle near the end of World War II. But there's another battle going on there today. It's a battle for survival. A typhoon pounded the island with heavy waves and wind gusts up to 120 miles an hour. It's destroyed buildings and power lines and flooded the island's power plant. And that brings us to Paul and Barb Henke of Valley City. They are Red Cross volunteers who are headed there to lend a hand. Officially, they're there to manage logistics. What that means is keeping track of supplies, equipment, and other resources used in the relief effort.
If you can just put a smile back on one person's face, that really makes it all worthwhile. It just makes you feel good inside.
The Henkes say that they'll be there for 3 weeks. Some 50,000 people live on that particular island. A Fargo woman is heartbroken and fighting to get her dog back. The woman contacted our whistleblower hotline with a warning for other pet owners. She put her dog on Craigslist for sale, made contact with a family, and arranged a date to sell Bella. On that day, the buyers said that they forgot the money. They'd pay her later. A week later, she's still waiting for the money, concerned that the family isn't taking care of Bella, and upset after the sheriff's department told her it's a civil matter.
Bella is paying for our mistake. Sorry. And I don't want anyone else to have to go through that. Bella, I am so worried about her well-being. They've lied to us about so many things. We don't know what to believe from them.
Shelter management at Homeward Bound tells us it's your responsibility as a pet owner to find a good home for your animals. When selling, watch out for red flags, ask for a rehoming fee, and if it feels wrong, do not go through with the deal. There's a benefit going on right now for a local woman who's fighting cancer. Friends and family are hosting the event to help Jean Vrem. Jean was diagnosed with pancreatic cancer back in June. Family members say that Jean has spent her life taking care of others, and now they're asking for your help to help her.
I think my whole family has been really blown away by the support that we've gotten. Just even going around getting silent auction donations. We started off by printing 50 silent auction sheets. We had 70 more printed, and we still had to print another 40. So I mean, we have like 150 silent auction items, all kinds of food, all kinds of great stuff. I think we're really humbled by the experience.
That benefit is scheduled to continue until 9 tonight at the West Fargo VFW. If you're unable to attend, though, you can make cash or check donations payable to the Jean Vrem Benefit Fund at Gate City Bank. The address is 5012 2nd Avenue North in Fargo. Later on Valley News Live at 6, a long line of graduates getting their diplomas at UND today.
And we've got some strong and severe storms that continue to march their way through the valley. We'll have the latest on the warnings and also give you a sneak peek at what's coming up for the weekend coming up right after this.